Hello guys, we'll now be taking you back to the beginning, where it all started. The Witcher was on an expedition with Jaskier the Bard, popularly known as the Song Don of Oxenford. They were on a mission to kill a sea monster, Almerax, who had been allegedly terrorizing the people of Bremervoord. On short notice, Geralt was caught in the clutches of the monster, but due to his renowned skills as a Witcher, he was able to trap it atop the water, with no possible means of escape. As he was about to kill the creature, they were besieged by merpeople, who pleaded on behalf of Almerax, insisting he's not the one behind the killings, rather he's just a hungry beast who's trying to feed. After giving it much thought, Geralt spared the creature life. After this event, the merpeople who witnessed this moribund pressured their king, King Basid, to approve a war against the humans, but he didn't give in to their propositions, given the fact that his daughter, Princess Shinez, is in love with a Glovel, the Prince of Bremervoord. On the other hand, King Usvald despised the fact that his only full-blood son was in love with a mermaid, so in bid to make him change his mind, he invited another princess, Princess Nispin of Maribor, to a carnival that he hosted. It was at this event Geralt met with Essie Davin, mostly referred to as the Little Eye, for the first time. She was a longtime friend to Jaskier, and they ended up performing at the carnival together. Some sailors of Bremervoord were picking out pearls from oysters in the middle of the ocean, but then they got attacked by a creature they thought to be a vodnik. One of the sailors survived the onslaught, reporting this impending menace to the king, and it was at this moment the king decided not to care about his son once, so he called on the Witcher to find the vodnik who did this treacherous act and kill it right on the spot. The Witcher reluctantly agreed because he didn't want to help justify a war, and also for the fact that he needed the award he'd be getting to thrive. The next day, a vodnik attempted to obliterate Geralt, but he was skillful enough to evade all his attacks, and while all these was happening, Jaskier was still fast asleep. At first, the Witcher and the vodnik were seemingly evenly matched, so Geralt decided to turn the tides of the brawl. After drinking the potion, the vodnik stood absolutely no chance against the Witcher, so it ran away, after sustaining a horrendous injury from the fight. Geralt figured the vodnik never travel alone, rather they move around in schools. However, Geralt caught Essie Davin, who had been following them for quite a while. According to her, Bremervoord are at the verge of war, so she couldn't sit by doing nothing, insisting to accompany them in their odyssey. Elsewhere, King Usvald tried to explain to his son why he can't marry Princess Shinez, because of the fact that their union would stunt his lineage, given the verity that he can't procreate with a mermaid. But he was adamant on his choice, and insisted on going for love, rather than wedding to satisfy the kingdom. As Usvald saw a Glovel wasn't forthcoming, he sent Commander Zelist, his bastard son, to see to it that a war ensues. A Glovel and Shinez were making out in the shores, but then she sighted the Witcher heading towards Dragon Fangs, so she scurried to warn her people of the impending danger. On spur of moment, Geralt sighted the vodnik they had been chasing after, so he intercepted it, forcing it to reveal who sent it after him. The vodnik was about to spill the truth, but then Zelist killed the monster ignorantly, making a war to erupt between the humans and the merpeople. It was such a brutal war with ferocious killings, and many notable people wounded up dead on both sides. The Witcher couldn't stand the sight of this uncalled-for holocaust, so he threatened Zelist to leave, or risk getting killed by his sword. After this events, the Witcher confronted Shinez on who sent a vodnik to kill him, and this confrontation brought about series of events, making the young prince to denounce his love for her, and she angrily swam back into the ocean. By decree of the king, any boy above 15 was to be recruited for battle, as the entire kingdom was on the verge of war, so both the merpeople and the soldiers of Bremervoord trained rigorously in preparation for battle. Shinez was aggrieved on seeing this unfold, so she went to her witch auntie, Melusina, to seek solace. Melusina claimed to know what it's like to love a man you cannot be with, so she proposed a solution. She prepared a portion for Shinez, one with the capability of transforming her into a human, but this act wasn't of goodwill, as she had an ulterior motive in mind. Geralt was eager to know the person pushing for this war, so he investigated deeper, and he was able to find a mermaid peridot, signifying someone from the Mare royal family has a hand in this.
We must go to the
Almost immediately, The Witcher brought this to the king's attention, and this revelation caused Princess Nispin to uncover her true nature, being Melusina, the Sea Witch. The Witcher engaged her in a fierce battle almost immediately, but she was lucky enough to escape through the window. And it was at this moment we get to discover that King Oswald knew all along. Prince Aglovil challenged his father after this incident, because he was pissed his father would to go that extent, just to ensure he doesn't get wedded to Shinaz. The situation got tensed up, so Oswald insisted they stage the attack on the Mare people instantly. But Zelist wasn't in tune with his plan, refusing to be bought into the old prejudice. This aggravated the king even more, so he ordered the execution of Zelist, the Witcher, and Jaskier. Not long after, the king's ship sailed to the heart of the ocean to commence the war, while Melusina had other plans in mind. To ensure the Witcher got hurt, Oswald ordered for Jaskier and Zelist to be dumped into the water first. Zelist wasn't about to let his life end just like that, so he double-crossed the guards, thereby giving the Witcher momentum to fight back. A nasty fight broke out right there in the ship, but it came to a halt when they figured they were faced with an even bigger problem. Melusina shape-shifted into a mighty kraken, with Zelist being the first to die by her hands. To ensure the Witcher didn't get in the way of her plans, she sent Vodnix to kill him, while she focused on killing her sister, so she could become the queen of the Mare people. Not long after, she was able to entangle the queen together her daughter in her grasp, ending up swallowing Queen Dahet. The Witcher, on seeing this, killed all the Vodniks who stood in his way. Then he was able to save the princess from being eaten. King Oswald wasn't still redeemed at this point, so he cut off Shinaz's tail and further pushed her back into the water, with the hope she dies from there. The final battle we have all been waiting for. Davin tossed her sword imbued with his potion to Geralt, and he dived into the Kraken's mouth with it. On short notice, he tore Melusina from inside out, saving Queen Dahet in the process, and it was at this moment he was eventually able to put an end to Melusina for good. Shinaz was able to survive due to her mother's healing ability, so on seeing this, Aglovil gave a speech to the two kingdoms on why they should be at peace, making them all retreat to their various kingdoms. King Oswald finally consented to Aglovil marrying Shinaz, but on the condition that she transforms to a human, using the potion Melusina made for her. The D-Day finally arrived for their wedding, but to Oswald's astonishment, Aglovil drank the potion in her stead, transforming him into a mermaid forever. The king was in a state of utter disarray after this incident, while the newly wedded couples lived happily ever after. And that was how the movie ended. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you.